Okay, this time I thought I could talk, i.e., ramble a little bit about being self employed, which is something that seems very attractive to a lot of people. It has ups as well as downs. I don't think I have to talk too much about the advantages. It's pretty obvious. You're your own boss. You can't be fired, although you can still lose your income in various ways. You don't have to get up early if you're not a morning person, and myself, I'm more of a night owl. And yeah, you can schedule everything the way you want. And depending on what it is, what type of business or activity or whatever that you earn money with, it's hopefully something that you enjoy, that you're interested in. As far as the downsides are concerned, well, one thing is you never get home from work. If you work from home, work is at home. And that may not seem like a big deal at first, but it has some problems. Like sometimes I find myself in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., sitting there editing a video. And then I go, what the hell? I should be relaxing now, right? It's very easy to just always have in the back of your mind, hey, I could do a little more. I should be recording another video now, or I should be editing now, or hey, you know what, I should probably check comments and try to reply to people as much as possible. The other thing is vacation, there is no such thing. I mean, yes, sure, technically, I can take off anytime I want. I can just stop doing things, but I don't get paid, of course. And in some jobs, depending on where you live, North America, there is not necessarily always an expectation of getting significant paid leave. In some cases, you do get paid, but it's not very much. In Europe, there's pretty generous paid leave in general, so you don't have to worry about that. So if you expect to get full pay while you're on vacation, or at least a certain percentage, that's of course not the case. You can try to work things off in advance, but that's very difficult. So like for example, right now we're in the middle of a move, and I'm trying to record and edit and upload as many videos as possible in advance so I can schedule them for later release so that they still come up while I'm without internet connection and too busy. But it's difficult because quite often I don't even catch up with my regular schedule, and it may seem like no big deal. Oh, what? You're just making YouTube videos? That's it? Oh, come on. That's really easy. But not necessarily so much. What people don't see behind the scenes, so to speak, is all the failed attempts or all the preparation. And, because quite often I have to do the same video several times because there's some kind of issue, like I can't talk, or I messed something up, or I'm just not happy with how it turned out. Maybe the focus wasn't set right on the camera, or the lighting changed too much, or the camera just didn't record, or the microphone stopped meanwhile, or battery died. It can be a lot of different things, or when copying the file something goes wrong, or who knows what. Sometimes you accidentally delete recorded files, and that's a whole other story, very enraging. And then of course when you're self-employed, usually you don't have a fixed wage. The income can vary quite a bit from month to month, and you never know what you're going to get next month or further down the line. For example, YouTube can have quite a bit of variation in the payout rate for the monetization of the videos. So I noticed, for example, there was one month where I had $1,000 less. And then I tried to figure out, okay, why is that? And I checked the total views that I had for that month, and it was pretty close. It was almost the same. It was a bit less, but not really significantly. So yeah, that was just natural or unnatural, I don't know, some fluctuation that I simply don't have any impact on. And yeah, here's one of those frustrating moments, the battery died. Anyway, so another thing is, depending on how you handle your taxes, that can be a little discouraging, I suppose. Obviously, when you're self-employed, you have to handle your taxes yourself. And if you have to pay everything at the start of next year, that seems a little painful. If you're employed, what you're getting is, yeah, there you go. It's already deduced. But self-employed, you get the full amount every month, throughout the year, and then next year you have to pay the taxes. Depending on where you live, that may not be a big deal. North America is not too bad. Income tax might be something like 10, 15, 20%, depending on exactly where. Maybe even lower in some cases, I don't know. But in Europe, at least when you're employed, I don't actually know about self-employment, but you can pretty much expect close to half of your income to just be gone for taxes. Maybe not quite as much, but somewhat close, maybe 40% or something. There is, of course, a way around that. You could, for instance, set up your bank account so that a certain percentage of the income that comes in every month is transferred to a savings account. And then, at the end, you just have the taxes that you have to pay on the savings, and there you go. It seems less painful, maybe. And of course, another significant drawback of being self-employed is no benefits. No pension, medical, whatever, anything like that. However, at the same time, certain relevant expenses to your business are tax deductible. But, of the jobs I've had so far, this is definitely the best by far, because it is something that actually interests me. And, from the comments and messages that I get, I can see that there seems to be some kind of benefit. At least people tell me sometimes that, the videos help them when they're, in hospital or something and need entertainment, or, for the information or what have you. So that's great. It's awesome that it's something that, sure, it's just videos on YouTube. I mean, if you really want to help people, you do it in other ways, more physical ways, I suppose. But hey, it's nice to know that it's at least a little bit of a benefit. Not every kind of job has that. So that pretty much wraps it up. Rambling ends, and thanks for listening.